What's up, y'all? It's another episode of Notable Prisons and the Inmates to Occupy 'em. Today we're going to have a general conversation. But first, I need you to do a couple things. First, you get that lighter ready just in case you want to fire something up. And then secondly, smack that subscribe button. And I want you guys to dive into the comments because we're going to have some conversations today. So first and foremost, what's in the top of the news right now, we pretty much did a prisoner swap. Brittney Griner for Viktor Bout. You know what I'm saying? We traded an NBA player who got caught with a little bit of mind-altering good. And we're trading her for a dude that was convicted of, selling hella burners, essentially. But, I'm not the judge. Baby, shh. I'm not the judge. So I want to hear y'all's opinions, but let me just get y'all up to speed real quick on exactly who Viktor Bout is and who Brittney Griner is, real briefly before I ask some questions, and I want to hear y'all in the comments. So, Viktor Bout, right? He's a Russian arms dealer. He's an entrepreneur and former Soviet military translator. He uses multiple companies to smuggle weapons since the collapse of the Soviet Union from Eastern Europe to Africa and the Middle East during the 1990s and the 2000s. Bout gained the nicknames of Merchant of Death and Sanction Buster after Peter Hain, the British Foreign Office, read a report to the United Nations in 2003 on Bout's wide-reaching operations, extensive clientele, and willingness to bypass embargoes. In a U.S. sting operation, Bout was arrested on March 6, 2008 in Thailand on terrorist charges by the Royal Thai Police in cooperation with American authorities in Liverpool. The U.S. ambassador to Thailand, Eric G. John, requested his extradition under the Extradition Act with Thailand, which was eventually mandated by the Thai High Court in August 2010. Bout was accused of intending to sell arms to a U.S. DEA informer pretending to represent the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, a.k.a. FARC, for use against U.S. forces in Colombia, but denied the charges and predicted, an acquittal. Wait, just let me pause. Aren't we kind of like, giving like weapons and stuff to like Ukraine to fight against Russia? It seems like it's kind of similar. We're kind of sticking our nose in their business and trying to get them burners. And then he was sticking his nose in the FARC against the U.S. fighters' business, trying to give them burners. It's crazy, right? I never knew that these big places would have to holler at someone else to get guns. Like, why? I figured their area could make their own guns, I'm not picking a side. I'm just throwing something out there I noticed. Okay, next up. And we also, on November 2nd, 2011, Bout was convicted by jury in Manhattan Federal Court for a conspiracy to kill U.S. citizens and officials, delivering anti-aircraft missiles and providing aid to a terrorist organization, and was sentenced to a minimum of 25 years imprisonment. Because the crime was due to the sting operation from June 2012 until December 2022, Bout was held at the USP Marion. By the way, I did an episode on this dude before. Go check out USP Marion. I cover all the big prisons and all the good stuff. So yeah, check that out. Yeah. Before being released in a prisoner exchange for the U.S. basketball player Brittney Too Tall Griner, who was arrested in February 2022 at a Moscow airport for smuggling vape cartridges containing under a gram of hashish oil, which is illegal in Russia. Now, I gotta wonder which brand it was, because I want to know if she at least was messing with some good stuff, or was she dealing with some knockoffs that you get off the street that people are making in their garage with all that black-ass oil. I don't know. But this is what, okay, so here's some questions, right? So, being that I'm, I do live and I do reside in America, somewhere under the sun, one side, it's awesome that, they're releasing a fellow American, sending her back home. But then one side, it's like, a lot of people have gotten caught up with probably the same amount that she got caught up with that's probably never coming home or not coming home anytime soon. And then, it's kind of crazy that, America, they have this quote unquote high value political prisoner, Viktor Bout, who they deem is such a threat to America, but they're going to trade him for a basketball player that got caught with a little bit of herbskis. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not picking a side. It ain't my damn business. I don't care. I want y'all's opinions. So, let me know what y'all think about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it's dope. She's free. She doesn't deserve to be in prison. But does anyone deserve to be in prison that got caught with under a gram or a few grams or maybe an ounce or something? of some THC related stuff? I don't know. I really don't. But I do know that I feel like it's a very big win. And I do feel like Russia probably was planning this from the jump, especially because, hear me out, I'm just thinking out loud. Considering they're going to war right now with Ukraine, right? And, you know, Ukraine, they got homies such as America and whatnot who's just giving them all sorts of blowers and anti-aircraft missiles and all this stuff, right? Well, here's this guy, Viktor Bout, who more than likely didn't tell on a single soul, has all his connections. He's going back home to Russia. Maybe Russia realized, okay, we're going to, whatever American comes over here, we're going to keep them. And then we're going to ask for a prisoner swap later on down the line because we really need Viktor right now because Viktor has the plug on all the weapons that we may need to win this war that is happening for the reason I don't know. Like I said, I keep to myself. I mind my business. I stay out of other people's business. But I do know that Russia and Ukraine, they have been going back and forth. Ukraine been hitting Russia with drone strikes and Russia's been just blowing up anything and everything in their path and their sight. And, you know, it definitely is a crazy conflict ongoing over there that doesn't need to happen. You know, I wish peace on everyone, but, you know, what I wish ain't always going to come true. I just hope that, you know, they come to an agreement just because, you know, with a nickname like the Merchant of Death, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. I'm surprised a rapper hasn't tried using that name or something. But, you know, I mean, it's a trip how this stuff works. Because I never knew what or cared what political prisoners were or any of that until I started this channel and I started doing my research and I started realizing that in America we have a lot of people in the feds who maybe not from here, you know, that are locked up out here. Rather it be terrorists, rather it be this guy selling weapons or, you know, like anyone that's not native to America is locked up in America. But coming to realize that's, I guess, is how things work in the game of chess, you know, and but, you know, like I said, on one side, I think it's cool that Biden was able to work it out with Putin or whoever the hell it is and make this happen. But I feel like, you know, there's two sides to every argument, two sides to every story. I really just made this episode because I would like the people that helped grow this channel give me some feedback. You know, I feel like I can learn more from y'all than I can from Google because I'm hearing it from the people themselves that actually are able to think and make up great decisions in their brain without me just reading something written on the internet, you know, and trying to get my knowledge from there. I've always been a fan of, I'd rather get the news from YouTube and from people versus watching the top news channels, you know, because they're biased as hell. They pick one side and they're going to tarnish the other side. So I can't really take no information from y'all. I mean, it's crazy, you know, but I know there's some OGs in this channel that's well aware of all this type of stuff that's going on. So let me know something in the comments. What is it? What do y'all think? You know, let me know something. I'm here. This video is set to be uploaded tomorrow, Friday. But you know what? Since I've been kind of busy, I think I'm going to drop this video today, Thursday, and drop another one for y'all tomorrow. Yeah, that way. And with that being said, this is another episode of Notable Prisons and the Inmates to Occupy them. And, you know, we got one dude leaving the feds and we got one female that's leaving the prison in America. So at the end of the day, they're both free. You know what I mean? They both got families to go back to, regardless of what they did. Yeah, let me know something in the comments, people. And stay tuned for the next episode.